Wrestling is a great martial art, but it has three weaknesses and they need to be considered. The first, most obvious weakness is wrestling does not involve any form of striking. So it doesn't teach any kind of defense against strikes. But now we're comparing it mostly to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which in most schools will also not involve any kind of strike, so that's even. But wrestling has a second gigantic weakness. Wrestling does not teach any finishing holds. Wrestling teaches you that if you move the other person onto their back, you won. So it's just throws and positioning. It's just takedowns and positioning. It's only exclusively stopping the other guy from taking you down, taking the other guy down, controlling them. That's it. In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you learn like choke holds, joint locks, all the things that can make somebody comply and that also in a dire situation can actually finish the fight. Because what is like the end goal of wrestling? Either you throw them to the pavement so hard that the fight is over, legitimate, extreme self-defense, or if not, you just lay on them until they do what exactly? So, but in Jiu-Jitsu, even if I move them down gently and then suddenly it escalates, I can just choke them. I can just take their air, take their breath, take their blood, then that's it. And the third severe mistake in judo, severe strategic downside of wrestling and judo, is that they teach you to expose your own back. If you fall, having somebody behind your back, especially on the floor, but also standing, is the worst situation that you could possibly be in. So if a wrestler, for any reason, would slip and fall to the floor, they would either lay on their belly, or if on their back, they would not know how to fight. Jiu-Jitsu teaches you not just how to fight on your back, but also to fight on your back. So a Jiu-Jitsu guy will, when losing balance, actively seek a situation where his most vulnerable body part, his back, where he has no eyes, he cannot defend his own back, is on the floor, where it's relatively safe, and all four limbs are pointing upwards. It's often looked down upon, no pun intended, but it's actually an extremely effective way to defend yourself and extremely legitimate to fight laying on your own back. And so I think wrestling is a great thing, but I would not recommend wrestling as a form of self-defense. I would recommend wrestling as a form of getting fit and as a form of learning a part of MMA fighting, getting ready for MMA fights or improving your BJJ. But as a standalone art, it has just way too big of gaps.